Hi to all the mommies. I'm so happy that you're here with me again today. And I want to share something with you that's very personal to me, but my 40th birthday party was just the other day, and I had a great celebration at the Clay Cafe Wolversprite with my family and friends. I just want to say thank you to all of them for coming out and for making my day so special. I'm so sad because 3 of my friends couldn't come because of COVID. Can you believe it? But at least I know I can spend some quality time with them some other time. So thank you so much. And here's some of my day. Birthday party, whoop whoop. So it's the big 4-0 and I'm busy prepping for my party. Well, that was fun. So because it's my 40th birthday, I want to share 40 things that I've learned through these 40 years, and some of them that I want to aspire to do more in the next 40 years to come. Hopefully I live until I'm 100. I aim to be that old. So always try to be a good person. I think this is something we need to teach our kids as well, to be a generous person, to be someone that is that always looks out for others around us. And I want to always try and be that person to others. Not just because being a good person is a great idea, but because Jesus also demonstrated to us to be that good person to others around us. Number 2, never mistake money for wealth. We sometimes think that money equals wealth, but oftentimes the things in life that are most valuable are the things that you can't buy with money. Number 3, never stop learning. I think this is one of the biggest lessons I've learned, and the biggest lessons that I want to teach my children is never stop learning. Have a teachable spirit. Be out there. Put yourself out there to learn new things, to acquire new skills, to be an innovative person that always develops your skills and always goes the extra mile to learn something new. Number 4, if you do something that you love and you do a job that you love, it's going to feel like you're never working a day in your life. So make sure to manage your life that way so that you can do something that you enjoy doing. Number 5, anything meaningful is hard to do. All the best things in life don't come easy. It's not always, the best things in life are definitely free, salvation, all of those things that we know, but the best things to accomplish in life isn't easy. So we need to always remind ourselves we're on a journey. We are going to get where we want to go, but it's going to take time. So be patient with yourself. Be kind to yourself. Number 6, the more you give, the more you get. This is not only just a good idea. This is in the Bible. It says what you sow, you will reap. And I firmly believe that if we can live that way, and teach our children also to give freely, that we will also receive much more in return. Number 7, discipline is freedom. And that I want to say again, yes, Discipline is freedom. If we can teach ourselves to be disciplined in our everyday life, we will have so much more freedom. And not just discipline, but also structure. If we can have some sort of structure in our life, especially for us creatives, and I say us because I deem myself as a creative, hopefully I am. But if we can be more disciplined, then we can have more freedom, because everything that's mundane and ordinary is sorted out and the rest will just be fun. Number 8, patience plus process gives you control in life. While we're on this journey, we need to teach ourselves to be more patient with ourselves, be more patient with our children, be more patient with our husband and the people in our lives that we love. And remember that this is all a process. This is something that we are going through together as a family. Don't underestimate the process, because in the process is oftentimes also the best life lessons and the best memories that we make is in the process. In the end, that gives you better control of your life. Number 9, marry your best friend, someone that you love, someone that you are compatible with. I mean, I can do a whole vlog just about picking the right partner. But I just want to leave it there because we don't have time today. Then number 10, surround yourself with people who will make you better. I firmly believe the people you surround yourself with is ultimately who you are going to become. So make sure that the people that are in your life and that you include in your life are people that you want to be like. Number 11, train your mind. Oftentimes we focus so much on our bodies or our external man that we forget about our mind. I don't know, but this past 40 years, that is the battlefield of the mind, is your main battlefield ground. And the Bible talks about it in Romans. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind. I can recommend 3 books. One is by Joyce Meyer, is The Battlefield of the Mind. The second one is Dr. Caroline Leaf, Switch on Your Brain. And the third one, I can't remember what's the third one now that I was thinking about. Maybe I'll remember later. Our mind is basically our computer that will enable us as humans to move forward or not. And even our children, we need to teach them to invest in our mind, but not only just renewing our mind in terms of our spiritual man, but also in our physical abilities, our skills, all of that. And my scarf just went haywire, so let's take it off. Number 12 is train your body. Your body can do amazing things. I must say, this is something that, if you're like me, I'm not really a sporty person. So this one, I would like to do better the next 40 years of my life. In my youth, I used to be very fit because I danced. And if you do something that you love, like dancing, then exercise is actually nice. But yeah, it's so important for us to be healthy in every part of our lives. So training your body is definitely one that I would like to improve. Number 13, be voraciously open-minded. And by voracious, I mean just be over the top, open-minded with yourself. Don't be stuck in a rut, in a box. You know, people that invent new things or that think of new ideas, I think they all like this. Number 14, learn what is enough. Learn to say no if you're a yes person. I'm a yes person. I'm a people's pleaser. So oftentimes I just say yes because I want to keep that person happy. Number 15, embrace change. Change isn't always easy for everyone, but if you can teach yourself to embrace it when it happens, you're going to see it's going to be much more, you're going to go through it easier than someone that fights against the change. And change is inevitable. Number 16, don't forget to laugh. Sometimes just go for it and laugh about stuff. If you can't do something about it, laugh about it. That's my theory. I feel like that's something I've done really well the past 40 years. It's also a good idea to get your kids to have the same type of philosophy about things and to laugh more often. I mean, it's also those endorphins that you release in your body when you start laughing. That's good for you. Number 17, always live with a margin of safety. Don't be too over safety conscious, but it's a good thing to teach your kids as well to be safety conscious and to also take risks, but also have safety in place. So it's a good thing to teach your kids to not talk to strangers in the park, but enjoy the park. Go on to the swing, have a good time, but have those safety measures in place. That's just an example. Number 18, eat food that's good for you. Don't eat too much. I think sometimes I'm good at this, sometimes I'm not so good. So that's something I also want to do better my next 40 years. But I would say I don't eat a lot of bad food. I enjoy good food. I enjoy food that's more healthy and good for you. But I have my certain, things that I love eating that isn't as good. But I would like to improve that. Then number 19, the time is now. We don't have the promise of tomorrow. So let's make the most of every opportunity that we have. Number 20, never stop teaching. Remember I said earlier, never stop learning. I want to also say never stop teaching. Those that are following you, your kids, the people in your life that need you as their mentor, someone to look up to. Number 21, set huge goals. If you've only dreamed small dreams because you're scared you're not going to accomplish them, dream bigger. My husband and I and our family, we have a big dream. I can't share it with you yet, but I will one of these days. But we have a big dream and we want to do something really big with our lives. And it's scary sometimes, but let's go for it together. Dream big. And I hope that you will share your big dreams with me one day once you've accomplished them, or maybe earlier. It would be nice to hear from you as well. Number 22, embrace your failures. Sometimes we feel like when we fail that we've failed as a person, but it's not true. Let's fail forward. That book by John C. Maxwell, I can also recommend it. It was a big eye-opener for me when I read it many years ago. It tells you that if you make mistakes, learn from them and let's move forward. Denzel Washington is also one of my favorite actors, and he also said in one of his speeches, he said, the key is not to give up when you fail, but it's keep moving forward when you do. 23, relationships are mostly about compromise. If you're married as long as I've been married, then you've learned a few things, and you know that sometimes you need to compromise. Luckily Taljaards and I like the same movies, but let's just use the movies as an example. So say Taljaards wants to watch a specific movie and I want to watch another movie. Then we're going to have to all compromise and say, okay, let's watch a movie that we both want to see. And that way we get the middle ground and there's peace in the home and we can enjoy doing something together. Number 24, learn to say you're sorry. And I think this is something that we need to teach our kids, is to say sorry when we've made a mistake, and even to admit sometimes you as a parent, we make mistakes in our parenting, in the way that we speak to our children sometimes. I think that's one of the big things that we can look at and see and say, it's okay to say sorry to your child if you made a mistake and maybe did something or said something to them that wasn't right. In actual fact, that teaches them how to treat a situation when they maybe made a mistake. Number 25, learn to sell yourself. Especially in today's day and age, if you're an employee, even if you're an employee and you're working for a boss, if you go for that interview, you need to be confident in who you are, what your skills are, what makes you unique as a person, what you can bring to that company. But especially when you're an entrepreneur, you need to be able to sell yourself and say, this is what I do best, and I know I can be of value to you as my customer or client. Number 26, be a problem solver. Don't always just look at a problem and say to yourself, oh, that's a problem. Let's look at the problem and say, okay, how can I solve it? Maybe I can find someone that can solve it. Maybe I know how to solve this problem. Number 27, ask for help. Oftentimes We just give you an example. You're driving up and down, the GPS took you to the wrong location, and now you're still driving up and down because you don't just want to stop somewhere and ask someone directions. Don't be afraid to ask people if you don't know something. I always teach my kids the same thing. Don't be shy to ask someone if you don't know, especially in class. If you're a teacher or whatever, don't be shy to ask a question if you don't know the answer. Number 28, be a builder, not a breaker. Let's be kingdom builders, not only kingdom builders. Let's be builders of businesses. Let's be builders of families. Let's not break down one another as women, but let's support each other and bear each other up. Number 29, learn to be grateful. I think this is the biggest lesson we can teach our kids. Dankbaarheid is teaching them to be thankful, to be grateful for what we have. Oftentimes, especially with today, with social media and so much filters and fake things out there, we can feel like other people have better things or better families or better whatever it might be. Oftentimes those aren't even real. The things that you think you need or want isn't actually the way that it is. So it's sad that we then forget that we have everything that we need with us. And if we can just be happy in ourselves and happy with what we have, we will get more also from it. Number 30, don't be afraid to be emotional. Shame, I have a cute story. This weekend when we celebrated my birthday, little Esty was upset about something because she painted something wrong on her plate, and she started crying, and she was standing there at the basin washing her hands, and she looked at me and she said, "How come us girls are so emotional?" And I just looked at her and I said, "My darling, it's part of who we are. God made us this way." I also sometimes don't understand. My husband even says it sometimes that, us girls get emotional. But we just need to learn to work through it. I mean, it's part of who we are. It's how we've been made. So let's just move through it and embrace it and be okay with it, that you're sometimes going to feel emotional, that you are going to feel roller coaster sometimes. But I, in the end, want to teach my daughter that you have control over your emotion. When you're a kid, it's difficult. You're still learning how to control it. But if you're an adult, you can be a girl, you can have PMS, you can have all those things, but you can still be friendly. You can still choose your attitude in that situation. So don't neglect or don't reject the emotion, but learn to control it. Then number 31, keep exploring. This world is such a great place, and there's so many different people and so many different places and things that you can do. So keep exploring. Number 32, the truth will set you free. You can't fight the truth. There's always, in every situation, there is the truth. And the truth can always be found in God's word. Doesn't matter what the doctor's report is, and I can tell you a lot of stories like that in my 40 years that I've lived, where I've seen God's faithfulness, where His word, His truth trumps any other reality that I might have in my world. But that's for another day. Number 33, learn to forgive and to forget. It's important for us to forgive. Remember that story, I think most of us have heard it before, that if you are holding on to a grudge or can't forgive, that you are the one drinking the poison and you are the one busy slowly dying on the inside. I've known someone in my life that couldn't forgive, and that unforgiveness really made that person sick and bitter and couldn't enjoy the rest of their life on earth. So let's not be like that. Let's choose to forget and move on. Number 34, learn to say no. There it comes again. I said it earlier, but this is just to reiterate. Learn to say no. Don't be caught up in people pleasing, because it's going to drain your energy. Number 35, you'll make some enemies along the way, but it's okay. Just learn to love your enemies. Just accept the fact that not everyone's going to like you. Number 36, learn from criticism. You need people in your life that can be honest with you, and get those people around you and people that love you. Because obviously you don't want to listen to critics that just have bad things to say about you. But you want to have people in your life that you can trust. I have my mom that always mentors me on being a better mom. It's not always easy to hear criticism, but if you can just take it in and listen and then move forward from there again, failing forward, then you'll find that, oh wow, this advice actually makes me a better mom. So let's learn from those people in our lives that we can trust. Number 37, be an optimistic person. I think even if things are bad around us now with COVID going on, and we had to make so many changes in our lives this year, past year, with the new normal of COVID being a reality in our world, let's just choose to see the glass half full and not glass half empty. Let's pour the glass and see, okay, this is what's happening right now in the world, but I can choose my attitude in this situation. Number 38, time flies, so have fun. I look back over 40 years and I'm like, where has this 40 gone? I can't believe I'm 40. People, it is so real that, and then we worry about things that aren't important. So let's worry less and enjoy our lives more. Almost done. Number 39, pray big prayers. Open your prayer closet. I know War Room, maybe you've seen it, maybe you haven't. Go and watch it if you want. It will really encourage you to take spiritual authority of your family, because remember, this battle we're fighting on earth is not a natural battle. It is a spiritual battle, and there is a real enemy, but we don't have to be afraid. We can face the enemy if we put on the full armor of God, if we spend time in God's word, if we pray. Not that we need to do works, because it's all done by grace, but let's keep praying for our families. Open your prayer closet. And then the final 40 that I want to say is, let love be a real thing. Let us love people around us, no matter who they are. Let love be a real thing. On the Taljaards, on this channel, that's our theme, that's our motto. Let everything that we do be done out of love. The Bible even says we're gonna sound like a clanging cymbal, noise, if we don't do what we do in love. Thank you so much for bearing through all 40. I'm officially 40, I can't believe it. Hopefully I don't look 40. In my younger years, I always thought 40 is far away. Now I'm 40, I can't believe it. I hope it helped you as well. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please subscribe. Please click on that bell so that you can see when my next video is out. And I hope to see you back here again next time. Bye.